All right. So one of the things I have learned over time is, especially being a creative, and it depends on the type of work you're doing. But if you're the kind of creative where you are actually doing customer assignments and those kind of things, you can get actually very down when you're not working on a project for yourself. I know of myself as an illustrator and somebody who's hired a lot by people. There's a lot of approvals. You get you have to send them a drawing for approval, then you have to send them the color for approval, then you got to send them the final layout for approval, and they want to change it because their nose is too big or something else is different or whatever it is. There's a lot of approvals. And I remember having a year where I had no personal projects going, and I just, even though we made money and did well, I was feeling very drained and very stressed. And I found over time that every year I always put a personal project into place. So whether it's writing a book or whether it's creating a new album or new music, as a creative entrepreneur, you have to have something on the side. And one of the ways that I do that is every year I plan to have a project, whether it's a comic book or a book out or something like that, something where you don't need people's approval, something where you just want to, you can do it at your own pace. Do put a deadline on it to get it done, but realize you will, by doing this, what you're going to do is when it's down, a downtime like a pandemic where we're in right now, you will still feel like you're being productive and moving forward. And at the end of it, you may not make money right now. It's not a way of making money, but down the road, maybe a year from now, you will now have another product or another something you can offer the world that can bring in money. And so whether it's a course, whether it's your music, whether it's a book or something, have a project going all the time that is yours. It doesn't need anybody's approval but you. You can work on it when you want, when you get inspired to do it. And you will find that by doing that every year, after 5 years, let's say you're a musician, after 5 years, you could have 5 albums ready to go. Whether you decide to publish them or not is a totally different thing, but at least they are created. And I do this all the time. I always have a project every year, and people always wonder, how do you put out so much content? And a lot of times it's because of this method. It's because of making sure I have something personal going on outside of where I have to necessarily make money from somebody. And a lot of times it will make you money down the road, but at least it will keep you productive and busy, especially during a downtime. But you can do it anytime, and before you know it, you will have a catalog of products and be able to put those into play and hopefully bring in some income. So that's our tip for creative entrepreneurs for this week. Enjoy. We're starting this new. We're putting out creative entrepreneur tips every week on the Tuesday, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. All right. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you later.